Welcome to Loving God and Loving Life. We're in 2 Thessalonians Chapter 2, where the theme is that a great falling away will precede the second coming of Christ. He's saying that there will be a time when there is a great falling away from faith, a falling away from God. And what this chapter reveals is the same thing many places in the Bible you see it, that the closer to the end the world gets, the more polarized things are. And friends, surely we can see this just in our lifetime. Gang, 50 years ago, and I recognize that many of you listening aren't 50 years old, but even less than that, we kind of felt like we had a Christian America. I mean, everybody kind of seemed America, the word American and Christian kind of seemed like synonymous terms. Well, you certainly don't think that today at all. What we see rapidly is this polarization. Now, the truth was there never was a Christian America per se. It wasn't like everybody was following Christ, but it's being more polarized. You're seeing that those who legitimately have faith are truly following him. They're getting together. People who aren't are more and more even opposing him, but it's more polar. Now, let me read to you this interesting, because in this chapter, we read a little bit about the Antichrist and this second, this time of the second return. And gang, it's just so clear. Here's the bottom line. God is in charge. So many people get so afraid and fearful when they read about these things. God is running the show like he always has. We need to relax a little bit and trust God. Let me just read verse 9. This man, referring to the Antichrist, will come and do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. And some people be like, oh, they're just all in a flurry about this. He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those who are on their way to destruction because they refuse, now notice, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them. Gang, it's true. As time goes on, those who refuse to submit to God and to turn from sin, it's going to become more and more polar. But then notice he says this, so God, verse 11, so God will cause them, notice the God will cause them, these people who have said no, God will cause them to be greatly deceived. They will believe these lies. Then they will be condemned for enjoying evil rather than believing the truth. You see it? God will cause them to be greatly deceived. God is running the whole thing. And for us as believers, we need to rest in that. Don't allow end-time teaching to get your head all in a flurry of, what's going to be falling apart and what's going to be happening. What's going to be happening is God is directing affairs, and it's absolutely true that evil will become more obvious as time goes on. It's coming out of the shadows and right out in the middle of the day, just evil and light, dark and light is going to be more and more polar. But God is the one causing this to happen. And let's trust God. And our job in the middle of it all is to share our story and share our faith that God has revealed himself to us through Jesus Christ. He's called us to holiness, and we're asking you to walk with us. Let's pray that prayer. God, send us one person today to share your love with. Friends, let's never forget, loving God is the only way to live a life that you love.